I'll just real quick explain this, is the moral stereotyping thing where Haidt gave quizzes to different groups saying, like, how would the other side respond to this, right? And like we were saying, conservatives were able to very accurately predict how a liberal would respond to X, Y, or Z situation, probably because they essentially limited, they sort of intuit the moral axis that a liberal is working with, and they limit their view to just that, and they're like, bang, I can now get what someone's going to do if that's all they care about. But liberals couldn't. They could not effectively predict the kind of positions and ideas that conservatives would take. And the more liberal they were, the less able they were to be able to identify a conservative position. And the positions that they identified were like ridiculously stereotypically evil.
Right.
Like they would actually think like, so like a capitalist is like cutting his business's budget or something like that. Instead of thinking like, okay, he's got to think long term. He's got to think about the overall structure. He's got to think about the, a lot of different things, maintaining his business. They're thinking he just wants to screw the poor. Right? Yep. Like that's all that they think, instead of like, oh no, this guy has multiple concerns he's juggling. He has to cut his budget because revenues are less, taxes went up. He doesn't want to fire people, or he's got to cut some people's salaries so he doesn't have to lay people off. The other option would be
he just doesn't want it hitting his bottom line.
Like, they can't even no, he just hates the poor.
Yeah,
right.
Not lining his pockets.
The funny thing I heard today was people were saying, well, essentially the problem here is liberals can't pretend to be evil, selfish racists. Yeah. They're just too honest to do that. So that's why they.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When we would point this out, some of the responses were interesting. One of them was also like, well, what's happening is that liberals are accurately predicting and the point of view of the media and politicians, but they don't realize that the conservative public is actually not that crazy and evil. They're just being deluded. So they've accurately pinpointed conservative Republican Party and conservative media talking points, but they just haven't. The actual people that vote Republican are actually better people than that. I'm like, no,
they're just
you
stupid.
Actually don't get it, because if you actually knew people that voted Republican, you would know they're actually significantly, I would say, further to the right,
absolutely,
than the Republican Party of officials and the media.
I mean, that's why
we're basically all Nazis. You guys just don't realize this.
Like, talk to a conservative trucker that listens to Rush Limbaugh.
Man.
He is the most innerly fash person, and you poke him a little bit and you will get all kinds of TRS rants out of him. Trust me, I've done it.